Genji 2 is an action game which is based on Japanese history. Being based on history, the stages of the game will also be based on famous battles which actually took place in ancient Japan. So here's this giant enemy crab.
Welcome back, Crab Gang. We're here and we're checking out our update on the PirateSoftware Heartbound challenge. Which at this point, honestly, it feels a little outdated because I haven't heard anything about PirateSoftware in a hot minute, honestly.
Yeah.
He kind of
thing.
fell out of news. Yeah. The last thing I saw a short of his pop up, which kind of shocked me because I was like, oh, wow, where's he been? I haven't seen his face or heard about him in the news at all. And it was nothing short about RuneScape, I think. But all of them, I was like, okay, let's have fun. Let's go look at all the mean comments because there has to be some. Not a single mean comment throughout the whole thing.
Oh.
Do you think that's honest?
I don't think so. I'm sure there's mods. The mods are running.
No.
They're working overtime.
I almost went in there and I was like, damn, this is the nicest comment section I've ever seen for a popular YouTube video. And then I was like, that'll probably get deleted too. Never mind.
Yeah. That's nothing against him. It's just like, there's going to be at least one person in there. So the mods are definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he has his fans, but like most of the people in the past, like most people have him marked down under do not associate with at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Regardless of what's going on with him, we're going to continue on, or I guess Kyler here. I haven't introduced us. I'm Fliz. I'm here to interview our good friend and co-host Kyler.
Oh.
He has decided to take on this challenge of finishing a game. Hopefully, attempting to start and finish a game with little to no coding experience before PirateSoftware is able to finish Heartbound. And we're seeing if that can work. Last time, if you check out our older video from about a month ago, we go into what he wants for the game, how it started, and where he's at. It's been a little while, so we figured we'd come back for a little update and see where we're at. So, if I remember right, last time you were struggling with the ammo counter. The game is supposed to be at this point like a bullet heaven kind of game where you defend the farm from crabs and upgrade your mech and you can go check the other video, but the whole idea of it's in there. And last time, like I said, Kyler was figuring out the gun modifications, I guess. So how's it been? How's it been going?
It got worse. It got so much worse. It's kind of crazy. But like I made progress. It's been kind of difficult to work on it because I've been very busy with flu season out and everything. As you can tell, because we're recording this at 1:30 in the morning for me.
That was your choice. You decided to do that. I didn't even know we were recording.
Yeah, but I have made progress. So I'll go and show. I'll just run it just so you can kind of see what's going on.
Okay.
So,
you've got like you got background and bushes. You got some trees and rocks and some cliffs. So it looks so much cleaner. This looks like the game you were just playing.
Yeah. So, couple things. So now I still have like these guys here, and there's a few new changes. Now the bullets actually have some physics to it, where if they hit something, they'll actually like bounce them back.
I see that.
Right.
There's hit stop.
I can actually reload the weapons. There was a comment someone left saying like maybe you should have the Q and E buttons reload each individual weapon, which I did do. So now if you look in the bottom left and right, I can reload the weapons individually. There's no like actual indicator yet, but it does happen where it stops and then eventually the weapon reloads and then we're good there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Additionally, there's now a cursor that this follows, which follows my mouse, which I have to change the actual spray for the mouse at some point. But now this makes it so you can't just churn the mech and have it like be instant. So now there's actually going to be, it adds a little bit of difficulty too if there's multiple avenues that they're coming from.
Yeah, you got to add weight. It's a mech, right? That's what we in one of our episodes. Strider was describing the difference between a mech and a mecha to me, And you got to have the weight for it to be a real mech.
Yeah. Additionally, you can see that there's actually legs on the mech now that move independently from where I'm facing. So you can kind of see. Yeah, that took
look at the little footsteps.
Way too long. The animation, everything you ignore. This is all placeholder. I didn't make it myself, but it has no like actual animation thought process of like, actual weighted movement. It's all just like everything's moving by 1 pixel. So I gotta eventually update that. But the main goal of it was to make movement that is independent from the main body, that follows the movement I'm actually doing and churns accordingly, which does work. So
it's beautiful. Oh man, that's so cool.
On top of that, this is just placeholder as well, but there is also a melee attack too.
You got a sword like the movie where they waited to pull out the sword until the end, which was stupid.
Yeah, there's a melee attack which also like knocks things back as well. There's like a knockback that happens too. Still the thing where if I get hurt, I get a little speed boost. But yeah, on top of that, there's now like walls I can run into. And also the feature that also took a long time to figure out how to do, if I hold one of my reload buttons, I can change weapons. So this is the other weapon beside the chain gun, the starter weapon. Oh, I think I'm dead here. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
But yes, I can actually swap weapons now as well. And what's cool about this too is, although I haven't put it in the HUD, what you can do is you can like reload these weapons and then swap to the other one, and it will continue to reload, and then I can swap back to it, or at least I hope it works. Oh, hang on. There we go. I can swap back to it, and it will be fully reloaded. So this makes it so you can have like one set of weapons that reloads very quickly, with a heavier weapon on your other side that you can like basically use to reload and just fire and like swap back and forth.
Suppressive fire. Yeah, this is like, I know you keep saying like this is placeholder and it's not that good. This is kind of incredible to me.
Yeah,
like this is from nothing to like a thing, and you factored in not only like things that you thought would be kind of cool, but like the weight of the mech turning, right? The reloading while still firing. Like these are things I would have taken somebody else telling me, hey, maybe fix that. Like things I never would have even thought about. I would have still been stuck on like how many bushes go here. Like I would have been stuck on some dumb stuff.
Yeah. It mostly comes down to just like adding features and how they're going to interact with certain stuff. The main difficulties I've had so far have been dealing with physics and learning how to move hitboxes, right? The huge issue I had, because I followed the little guide that that Godot has to help you create a game. And there's an issue I realized where the guide that it has you do, it makes your main character a area 2D node, which is pretty much just like a defined area. And you can say, if something is in this area, here's what happens. And that's how it teaches you to program, like how to take damage and stuff, right?
Okay.
The problem with that is there's no built-in physics or colliders, right? Because my movement originally in the game was just if I hold W, decrease the Y-axis. If I hold A, decrease the X-axis. It was all coordinate based.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to go to try and run into this wall, there's no physics telling me there's something in the way. I would just walk through it.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to redo all of this. And I spent a long time just trying to like not redo it. And same for these enemies too. They were the same way. And eventually I kind of realized like, oh, at this point, I'm literally just coding a physics engine. Like this is not, I would have an easier time restarting. And then I felt stupid because changing it it took me like 10 minutes. It was not hard at all.
Just to redo the whole thing, or to swap it over?
Just to move it over. There's actually a built-in system in Godot that lets you just change what the node is, and then it just solves everything for you from there. So yeah, I just wasted like a ton of time doing that. The Other thing that took a long time was getting the physics down for how like things move away from me, right? So like if I load this again, I started with this with the melee attack where
Mhm.
I needed a way if there were enemies close to me, it was hard to shoot them. It was kind of difficult.
Yeah.
So that was the melee attack. So you can see how they bounce back, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted the guns to do the same thing because it adds like that tactile feel, like you really feel like you're hitting them. The problem
Yeah,
was
that was always go for it.
the way originally programmed the melee weapon is just have the enemies move away from the player. So I figured I could do the same thing for the bullets, have the enemies move away from the bullets. But it kind of gave this like weird Pachinko feel where like I would hit the side of the enemy and they would go flying off to like the corner, right?
Yeah.
And I was really struggling on what to do for like a good day, trying to just messing with the boxes and like trying to figure out how to get it to work. And the solution I ended up going with was actually way simpler, where if I want the enemies to just like go backwards, I just have to tell it to go in the direction the bullet's going. And that just solved it. Like it just works so much better now.
It looks real clean, like as far as, they're moving in the way they should being hit,
Yeah, and then I gotta adjust this because I don't think the chain gun with how high it fires should be pushing them back so much. But yeah, like it has definitely been challenges of trying to figure out how something works and then trying to get it to how I want it to feel has been a huge endeavor. It's been a lot.
I'm kind of curious when let's say you had to change. Let's say you had a bigger enemy. You don't want it moving back as far as these little guys. Is there like some sort of weight function or like velocity you would change? Like what would you have to do to make it different for other enemies?
So what's nice is the calculation right now is just flat because I only have the one type of enemy. But
yeah,
it's just throughputting the direction that the bullets go, and also the bullets have a variable that determines how much pushback they actually give, right? So what I can do is I can just put in the enemy itself a variable that takes that and reduces the pushback by whatever amount that I want. So I can make it unique for each enemy, and I can make it unique for each bullet too. Or even if you have something that resists pushback, if you have a weapon that just deals a lot of pushback, it'll still move them back at least a little bit. So they interact.
Gotcha. Okay, so you made your own. So it's like adding a little toolkit to each thing that's already kind of not pre-made at this point. But yeah, I get you. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about in our first update, where it really I'm just trying to create systems that I can just use later on to just make more stuff.
Just plug and play.
Yeah. And I can just kind of make lots of variable content with just those simple systems. So I can just make multiple enemies that behave differently. Like they'll move faster. They'll receive less pushback and stuff. But there's still problems I need to solve. Like AI, there's just no AI whatsoever. Also, the new issue I have now is I can't walk past these guys anymore because they have collision now. So I got to think about like how would that work? Like, am I able to just like walk through these like small mobs, and how would I do it?
Would that like factor into what I was talking about with like individual weights, where like the mech weighs more than X enemy, so it can move X enemy. If X enemy is more than the mech, it can't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I gotta think of how like that's going to work. But I think the main things I want to focus on right now is I have not updated the HUD at all to take into account that there's now 2 individual weapons, because I do want to show like what's happening actually. Like I wanted to show the weapons reloading. I want to show what the secondary in each hand is, and like while they're reloading, I wanted to show like when it's done, stuff like that. So definitely getting the player information and feel, improving that. I kind of want to work more on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, and also shout out to like all these assets and stuff come from it's called Hana Karaka in the top or bottom left here, you can see where that is. That is what I'm using as a placeholder for all this stuff. But I will eventually make my own little art assets here too.
Oh yeah, well that kind of ties into what I was thinking about, which is I'd have to assume that there's kits or I don't even know the correct phrasing, but like grab bags of code that are like for, hey, if you have a top-down shooter and you want to do this specific action, try using this and altering it.
Oh yeah, those are libraries.
Plugging this in libraries. There you go.
Yep. That is totally a thing. But yeah, this is pretty much the progress I made so far. Getting this like cursor to kind of feel right as well. Like getting it to kind of slow down as it gets closer to the mouse and speed up as it's further away also took a little bit. The only thing I need to figure out is like if I move left or right, it kind of moves as well, which I don't think I want. I'm not quite sure yet, but yeah, like so far it's going pretty good. It was definitely kind of a rough patch, most because I was wasting my own time trying to avoid doing more, and I ended up just doing more anyways.
I genuinely think that's like how this is going to go. Like, because if you don't just go back and like, trying to find a quick little workaround, I feel is how you end up with code like Heartbound or something, and then you're compounding these problems on each other if you don't solidly fix it and lay everything out properly like you should have when you thought about it.
And it's interesting starting to see this stuff happen already when like we talk about it too in the podcast, where like some of these things happen where like development takes so long because they had to switch engines, right? That's kind of happening to me. There's a new version of Godot that I think is already out or about to come out that is different than what I have.
Oh no.
Which I don't think it matters, because any features it's going to have are not going to be ones that I am going to know how to use. But
yeah,
we've seen so many times where games have been in development so long that they have to like switch engines because it's just kind of the smarter idea, or the features that they have like it's faster to use those than try to make them yourself. Same with the thing that I was doing with the Area 2D and trying to basically make my own physics. Like, why would I do that when it's already in the game? And I was just being stubborn.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. And I mean, on top of that, I mean, it is a challenge. Like, if you can get, be careful. No, your game is so good, you're playing it rather. No, I mean, you've obviously picked up a lot already. And, you're not trying to become a coder or anything seriously. So, I mean, why not just use what's available to you and work off that? You're not trying to build everything from scratch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to do as much as I can, but it's not really possible or feasible. Like it's just not a thing to be able to figure out all this on your own. Even like this, does. Slash thing, like I made the animation, like I drew it, but
looks pretty clean.
I would not know how do I make a hitbox appear and follow along this sword. Like I would just have no idea how to actually do that without looking stuff up. And I followed a tutorial for it. Unfortunately, I don't remember which one I did. But I did. Same with like trying to use the knockback. So, oh shit! Get off me.
It's funny because you're talking about this update. I just had an update with Premiere that like, was it Premiere or Photoshop? Something. One of them messed up an update, and now I'm like, all these templates I used are like kind of jacked up, and I'm kind of mad. So I get it, like, but I wouldn't think that this would need like the newest iterations of things, like you're saying.
Yeah, no.
Also, what's like the shelf life? Not shelf life, but like the half life of an update or something. Like how long do they usually last for before you gotta get on the newest stuff?
I don't know, to be honest. Like the only games I've ever heard of that just straight up update the engine, like they're huge updates. The one I was talking about was like going from, I think, is it like 4.4 to 4.5? It's a relative like it's it's an update, but it's nothing crazy. All the engine updates that we've heard about for games, like I think The Witcher, those are like going from Unreal Engine 3 to 4. Like they're very large updates. Like there's a lot of features and stuff that change. And considering I was scared to even just like redo the player character, I can only imagine the amount of work that creates.
Oh, I get it. I get scared even updating Audacity, and that wants me to update it every time I look at the thing wrong.
Okay.
No, that's cool though. I'm as I was last time. I'm super impressed.
Yeah, sun's ruined here because I'm actually taking damage, but that's okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
But
so what's next on the path? What's your next movement you're looking towards?
So I need to fix the HUD, this little part here, like fully update this, because the other issue I have too is it doesn't actually update when weapons are swapped. I have to redo I kind of need to touch up switching weapons because it feels very awkward right now. I think it takes a tad too long, maybe. And I feel like something should happen as well when you swap weapons. Like there should be some kind of effect that happens too. I just don't know.
Oh, maybe a little speed boost or a shield that keeps things off you for a second.
Something should happen. I feel like some kind of like reload or swap mechanic would be pretty cool. Because like something to reward being able to actually juggle the weapons as I'm doing it seems like it'd be neat, because right now swapping weapons feels kind of almost unrewarding. Like there's no real reason to. Like I'd rather just wait for my current weapon to reload. I also need to make more.
I'd suggest a speed boost, especially in some kind of bullet dodging game, or that usually seems to be useful. But I was also thinking, like, now that you've done that, like, you kind of got to base, if this does become what we originally had ideals for, like, you kind of have to make two different games.
Yeah, because I also got to do the farming stuff here too.
The farming sim too.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking
that one might be a little
is because one thing I was thinking about just is how do I swap between like having your guns down, like fighting, and then just doing stuff like on your farm. And the only thing I could think of is like you just actually swap. So like you swap a stance where you have like your weapons go away and you just have like all your tools and stuff that you can use instead.
Got an auto tiller.
Yeah.
And you got a spray gun for your. Okay, see, I was thinking you would just swap it. Like it would be an almost entirely different game. Like in the daytime, you're farming as a little dude, at a regular farm, just regular ass farming sim. And then at night, you got to fend off all the monsters, but you're trying to take it in. No, I'm using the mech for everything.
Yeah, the mech is everything. You use the mech for everything,
Okay.
If you're here fighting off monsters at night with the mech, it's because you're doing a lot of farming. So you're doing the stuff that needs the mech to farm.
Oh, I love it. No, that's cool.
But yeah, that's kind of the update I have so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that kind of have to go over, but I'm pretty sure that's just about it.
No, that's more than I expected, because it's been I don't even know the date,
about a month and a half, somewhere around there.
Has it been a month and a half?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, still, I mean, I should check Heartbound's updates, see where that's at. I'll double check them next time before we start. All right, cool. Anything else you got for us, or are we gonna wait till next time for the update?
I think we'll wait till next time. So yeah.
All right. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. This has been I'm really enjoying seeing this go. I would have got stuck on some nonsense and gave up a long time ago. I never would have got past the bush.
No, you're doing fine.
Dude, I'm so busy. But we'll keep y'all updated. Thank you guys for listening and checking this out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them on the video. Hit us up at giantenemycrabpod@gmail.com. We have a podcast that we do every week on gaming and gaming news. Check that out on everywhere.
Everywhere.
Blue Sky, Twitter. Well, it is kind of, it's on Spotify and Apple. It's on a couple things,
And
but
check your
also
Walmart.
YouTube. It's check Walmart, but the clearance section because ain't nobody buying it. But yeah, till next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.